What is up, YouTube, and welcome to another monthly special of Behind the Wall presented by Perky Jerky. I am host Popo43 alongside these other guys that occasionally pitch in, Kane Jr. 88, Thermite 917. This episode we're here to break down the month of October with the entire round of 12 and the first race in the round of 8. The leaves are falling, the pumpkins are patching, and we've only got 3 races left in the season. So let's kick it off with a review of the Monstrosity at Dover. Nick, tell us about it.
Oh yeah, the Dryden 400. It sucked. It got a 3 out of 10. Barely any passing up front, as we would expect. The dirty air was just terrible. First, Denny Hamlin dominated. He led 218 laps, and then Kyle Larson took over and led the last 150 laps. And he got his first win since the Richmond race in 2017. So it's been a long time coming. It wasn't a very eventful race. There was actually only one caution that wasn't for the stage ending, and that was for debris. So really nothing else to talk about for this one. So let's move on to a way more eventful race in Talladega. Take it away, Kane.
Yes, the 1,000 bulbs 500 at Talladega started on Sunday, but ended on Monday due to goddamn Mother Nature halting the race after the completion of Stage 1. The race was wild once they went back green, with 3 big ones, each having major playoff implications, and a photo finish between the Ryans, Blaney and Newman, with YRB edging out No Neck by 7 1/1000ths of a second. The racing itself was excellent, and we are giving this race a 9.5 out of 10. So now we move on to Kansas, the final race in the round of 12. Tyler, take it away.
Absolutely, Kane. I'd also like to point out that that is actually the highest ever rating that we have given as a group in over 2 years of podcasting. So it was a very good race and a lot better than the atrocity from last year. But we will round out the round of 12 with the Hollywood Casino 400 at Kansas. That gets a right down the middle rating, a 5 out of 10. Denny Hamlin got the win on the event. A lot of chase drama. Chase Elliott just edging out Brad Keselowski for that last spot. But the race itself, it had its moments. The initial start was terrific. The restarts were fantastic all day. And like I said, with the playoff drama, you think that that's going to make it a really good race rating. However, it was incredibly dull on long runs. Just didn't seem like it had a whole lot to offer. Obviously, 2019 rules package. God, I can't stand talking about it anymore, but it really affected this one. A little bit worse than the spring race, which was a night race. That was actually entertaining. This one, it really didn't get interesting until like the last 30 laps. A couple interesting yellows. A lot of people were pissed off about that. Either way, Denny Hamlin had an extremely dominant car leading 153 laps, and it just seemed like once he got the lead, he had a firm hold on it, and really nobody else could challenge him all day long. Well, that's not exciting. But that wraps it up. They're down to 8, and we head off to Martinsville, the final short track of the year.
Yeah, the first Data 500. This was an odd one once again. For the second Martinsville race in a row, the winner led around 450 laps. That's just insane domination for a track like that, with all the beating and banging and everything. The first 300 laps were pretty tame. Some contact here and there, just playing nice. Then it started to ramp up a little more as the lights came on. There was some more contact. There was a big crash with Eric Almirola. Kyle Busch got spun out in that one. Then there was some contact with Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin that resulted in a fight after the race. So it ended up becoming more typical Martinsville by the end. William Byron tried to challenge Truex. He got the closest anyone could, but still couldn't get it done because of either dirty air or just pure domination by that 19 team once again. So Truex just flat out kicked ass, and Tyler was there. I'm sure he enjoyed it, but I wish the race could have just had a little bit more happen, but we'll take it. So with that, there are only 2 more races left to lock into Homestead in the final 4, so we'll see what happens, but that's it for October.
Pumpkin!
Well, it's that time once again to hand out some awards. We have a bunch for the month of October, and we're going to start with that classic boner of the month, Alex with an Alex. Take it away.
Yes, it goes to Alex Bowman, who, after barely advancing to the round of 12 at the Roval, pretty much ended his championship hopes at Talladega when he blocked a hard-charging Joey Logano with just a couple of laps to go in Stage 2. Got himself turned in front of the field where he took out Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Larson, Martin Truex Jr., among others. Hasn't anyone figured out by now that blocking at a restrictor plate track equals bad things? It never works, and Bowman proved it once again, getting eliminated from the round of 12 for the second straight season. Dude, Bowman, you're trying to win the race, not win a stage. Come on, man. Greg Ives, you're still a horrible crew chief, by the way. Get your shit together. Gah! Moving on to the next award.
Thank you, Kane. We got the Day from Hell, and it goes to a lovely afternoon in Dover for the Xfinity Series, the Joe Gibbs Racing Trio. Oh, man. I can't even wrap my head around how bad it was. It starts right from the get-go. Lap 1. It was a hectic start in front of the trio of drivers. However, Harrison Burton, oh, Harry, rookie, he lost his shit. He spins out off of turn 2, and old Brandon Jones, he's just like, man, I'm really pumped. Oh, damn it! Oh, I'm out of the playoffs. Joe Gibbs is going to be so angry with... Oh, never mind, the check cleared. I'll be back next year. But yeah, takes them both out immediately. Well, they clean it all up, and Christopher Bell, you know, he's the big dog in the Xfinity Series. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm going to lead the flag. Gibbs is going to kiss me after today because I'm the big badass. Oh, sorry about that. You have some engine problems. Only 16 laps in. Yeah, he got back out. He trotted around for 3/4 of the race before finally succumbing to a carburetor issue, finishing in 25th. So all 3 Gibbs cars with a DNF, well, I know that makes Kane happy. Get better. You had a day from hell. Next award.
Next award is the
Straight Jacket Award!
And we have 2 of them. We'll start with the Xfinity race at Kansas. Garrett Smithley! Oh, not again! He was already in the news for coming up in front of Kyle Busch at Las Vegas, just being a slow little lap car. We'll let that one slide a little bit, because that can go either way. Kyle's a douche anyway. Whatever. But at Kansas, nothing's really happening in this race. Chase Briscoe and Christopher Bell are racing for the lead. And up comes Garrett Smithley up the track, just going like 50 miles an hour slower. Chase Briscoe has to check up, and Christopher Bell ran right into the back of him. Both leaders get taken out. You can't blame the spotter in this situation. If it was his fault, he should get fired. But you still have to be aware of where the leaders are. They were obviously coming up and a lot faster than you. So get out of the way, Garrett. This is not helping your case. Don't let Kyle Busch be right. That's never good. But yeah, that sucked. Just move your ass next time. Seriously. Next straight jacket, Kane.
Yes, we got another
Straight Jacket Award!
And it goes to FS1, who had a major technical snafu during the green-white checkered finish of the truck race at Martinsville, when the TV picture went out during the final 2 laps. And did they come back? Hell no! They ended up cutting to college football instead. No interviews, no replays, nothing. Fox shit one, you must be freaking crazy to think that NASCAR fans would rather watch something else other than the finish to what was an absolute banger of a race at one of the sport's most famous tracks. Unacceptable. You can do better. So now, moving on to the cigars.
Absolutely, Kane. Love the passion right there. Well, we have a whole lot of cigars to hand out. Mr. Melon Man, the cigar king himself. Hopefully he has a lot in the back room because, man, we sure do have a ton. Let's start off with the Truck Series side of things, and we got to give one to Spencer Boyd. He won. That's right. I didn't misspeak. Spencer Boyd won a race. Originally coming home in second to Johnny Sauter at Talladega. Oh no, old Johnny, he did a little blockarooski on Riley Herbst, and NASCAR put the brakes on that shit right away. And my lord, Spencer Boyd was there to pick up the friggin' win. Great job for being in the right place at the right time, despite not taking the checker flag first, but whatever. Get your technicality. The next cigar goes to old Todd Gillen. He won himself a race, too, at Martinsville. And he didn't have to be a total chode salad to do it. I was there to see it. I was surprised and didn't really want him to win, but at the end of the day, I kind of feel good for him. He has been close so many times, and he needed something to validate his reasoning for being there. Told Kyle Busch to shove it, too. That was funny as hell.
I never thought I was going to win. You guys are the best. Kyle Busch, you can stay in your fucking motorhome.
Yeah, good job, Todd. You finally did something right. The next cigar goes to Timmy Hill with the top 5 finish in that race. Good Lord. In his own truck. Nice little paint scheme on that, too. It's like, throw that out there. They debuted at Martinsville earlier in the year, and he legitimately finished there. That's awesome. For an underfunded truck to go out there and perform like that, we always appreciate that. Good job, Timmy. He's had a few good moments this year. The next cigar goes to Danny Bowen, who is a modified regular at Bowman Gray Stadium. He buys that 30 truck ride. Had sponsorship from Brantley Gilbert, who gives a shit about him. But anyways, Danny goes out there and gets himself a whole top 10. 8th place. Nice effort in your first start. And the last truck cigar goes to Cody Rohrbaugh with a 10th place finish. He didn't suck that time, which is incredible because usually every time we see Cody Rohrbaugh, he's usually flipping in a pile of mulch. I know that's his sponsor and everything, but still, he sucks shit? I think that's what I'm trying to say here. He didn't suck that time. Let's move on to Xfinity cigars, because I'm tired of talking about truck cigars.
Yeah, we're tired of hearing you.
Shut the hell up, Nick.
Moving on to the Xfinity cigars, Brandon Jones. He won his first career Xfinity Series race. When did we ever think that would happen? He struggled so much, always spinning out and crashing, but this time, when the dust settled after the Chase Briscoe-Garrett Smithley fiasco and some carnage after that, Brandon Jones snuck through to the lead and won! I just can't believe it. I mean, being with Joe Gibbs, not producing much results, slowly getting better but still blowing it, finally was able to close the deal and grab his first career win. You know, a squirrel finds a nut every once in a while, and he finally did it. He got his nut, and Jeremy Clemens gets a cigar. He finished 6th at Kansas. That was his best finish ever on a 1.5 miles. We all know he won Road America. That was kind of special circumstances, a different kind of track. But now on a 1.5 miles, just straight up, had a great run out there. Got that 51 car home with a solid top 10, almost a top 5. So congrats to those guys. Moving on to the Cup cigars. Kyle Larson obviously gets one for mastering Miles the Monster. Got his first win since Richmond 2017, as I mentioned earlier. Just dominated, led over 150 laps. When he wins, he usually doesn't lead that many laps anyway, so this was just a solid performance all around for him. So good job for them finally turning their crappy-ass year around. Then we move on to Ryan Blaney, who got his 3rd career win at Talladega, as Kane just mentioned. He now has 1 win every year, 2017, 2018, and 2019. This one was yet again in dramatic fashion. Snuck under Ryan Newman after some shenanigans going on through turn 3 that gave him a good run back on him. And they beat and banged, and it was just classic Talladega photo finish. Great job for Blaney. He needed that. So just to finish off these Cup cigars, Alex, what else you got?
Well, continuing on with the Cup cigars, Michael McDowell tied his career best finish with a 5th place run at Talladega, just his 2nd ever top 5 finish since this year's Daytona 500. Yeah, he's definitely proved himself on the plate tracks this season, so yeah, congrats, Mikey. Next up, another underdog with a strong run at Dega, Corey Lajoie. He finished 7th and added to his already impressive 10.0 average finish on Super Speedway, so congratulations, Corey. And now, moving on to Martinsville, old MTJ, Martin Truex Jr. put on an absolute ass-whipping on the field, leading an astounding 464 of 500 laps, sweeping all 3 stages, very similar to Brad Keselowski's dominating performance in the spring race. We all thought that performance wouldn't be topped, but somehow it was. Congrats to MTJ. And our final Cup cigar, A big surprise, it goes to Denny Hamlin, who, despite finishing 4th at Martinsville, got into a big old pissing match with Joey Logano after Hamlin pinned Joey into the wall with less than 50 laps to go and cut Joey's tire down. Oh, Joey was not too happy with Denny afterwards, and after having a little discussion about it on pit road, Joey decided to give Denny a little love tap on the shoulder before he left, and Denny did not like that one bit and attacked Joey before all the usual pit crews getting involved happened. Thanks a lot. Anyways, after that kerfuffle, Denny gave perhaps the soundbite of the year when he was interviewed by NBC.
I got close off of turn 4. It looks like we got together, and it looks like collateral damage. He blew a tire, but I mean, he would probably say, short track racing.
You gonna try and find him after this?
No, I don't need to find him.
Yeah, short track racing. I'm sorry, did he just make a Kane sound right then? Anyways, he absolutely nailed that Joey impression. From that dopey smile to that nasally voice, all the way down to those now famous squinty, douchey eyes. Oh, that was fucking hilarious and definitely something that makes me hate him less. And that will do it for the cigars, which means we have one more award to hand out. I wonder what it could be. Nick, Tyler, what is it?
Oh, I think it's gonna be the grind throw! And you gotta know who it's gonna go to. It goes to Kyle Busch! Actually, he was involved in the incident. It's with Eric Almirola? Eric Almirola's getting the crying towel! Oh, no! Eric! Look at what you said during your interview!
He about wrecked me in turn 3, and it was returned to him, and he didn't like it. And he run me up over the curb, and we got hooked together and ruined our day. So frustrated. We got 3 more weeks, and I'm going to make it hell for him.
Really? You're gonna give him hell? Have you even run around Kyle all year long, Eric? No! You haven't been relevant, period, until you got involved in an accident while somehow running decent on one damn day out of the entirety of the year. I remember from last year when you and Joey Logano had a little incident in Texas and you got all salty, spiraled ham. I remember you got the towel then.
We got one car that gets a little out of shape there. That's Eric Almirola.
Good save coming inside.
Yeah, he's already won a race.
She'll be back to him in a minute. Just fix it.
He's dumb. He's an idiot. He's already going to Homestead, and he wants to race me like that. That son won't get a break at all. I don't care if we're racing for a championship or not.
And what did you do? You threatened him and you did nothing. So, completely empty threats. Eric, you're not intimidating. Don't try to be a badass. Go back to being little Smithfield daddy and go get your kids an ice cream cone because that's all you're good for. Damn it!
Like, I know these mid-packers are racing hard too, and Eric's kind of one of them, even though he's at Stewart Haas, but you know what I mean. But, come on, someone races you hard and you can't handle it, and then you gotta go give them hell. You give your bacon hell, because you probably gotta scarf it down after that one to wipe out your Smithfield salty tears. I don't really know if that made any sense, but that's what I said.
It don't have to make sense. The point is, Eric was a bitch. He gets the crying towel. He deserved it. I'm gonna give him hell. Alright, it's time to hand out some best paint schemes of the month. We got a nice little lot of them, so enjoy the montage. And we back that up with the worst paint schemes of the month. Luckily, we only have 3, and they're all from Talladega. So, Kane, why don't you start us off?
Yes. The first of the worst is Daniel Hemrick's Liberty National Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing. Now, normally this car is neon green in the front bumper and the back C-post, but for this weekend they decided to paint those gold for Richard Childress Racing's 50th anniversary, and it just does not work at all, especially with the fact that they left the number neon green as well. I mean, what? Really? It would have looked a little bit better if you had just left the number white instead of painting it green, but I guess because it's Talladega, we need something bright and colorful so the spotter can see it, but it doesn't go good together. It was a decent paint scheme, but you went and ruined it, so congratulations, guys. Moving on to the next worst paint scheme.
Yeah, this was also run at Talladega. It's Chase Elliott's night vision LED lamps Camaro. Oh man, get your LED lamps. I want to ram my lead foot into this paint scheme because it sucks. They basically took his regular Napa scheme and anything that was semi-decent with it and turned it into these yellow and colored hexagons for no reason. It's like they're taking the Napa logo and just throwing them onto the car and stretching them out or something. It doesn't really scream lights to me. There's literally no point. They didn't try. That's really all I gotta say about it. It's just boring and plain and not really creative. So we'll move on to the last bad paint scheme. Tyler, what is it?
Thank you, Nick. I'm going to round this one out with Matt DiBenedetto's friggin' Barstool Toyota Camry pizza. What the hell? I just look at this car, and I think about my love for pizza. And I love pizza, man. This right here makes me resent pizza, and I don't appreciate that. When paint schemes make me angry and turn me away from my favorite foods, we've got a big problem. And I'd like to punch that Dave Portnoy down at fucking Barstool Sports. I don't follow any of your shit. So that means I understand nothing as far as what's going on in this paint scheme. One bite, I don't get that. I don't know what all right Frankie means either. Is Frankie in charge of pizza down there at Barstool Sports? Because if he is, his pizza probably sucks ass, and he probably gets the damn runs after one bite of it. Ha ha ha. See how funny that is? It's not. Jesus Christ. If you look at this thing, it's cartoony. It's using the cheese as some sort of fiery flames kind of look, like a Jeff Gordon wannabe ripoff. It's not cool. It's not really innovative at all. Yeah, you'll fucking have the excuse, oh, well, you know, we weren't really going for a great paint scheme. Oh, sure you weren't. I'm sure you guys were in the break room going, man, this is the best fucking paint scheme out there. They ain't even gonna know how to top this one. Bullshit. Awful car. Don't even like the logo on your hood. Don't like your logo, period. It's got a bunch of stars around a stool. What's that supposed to mean? You fall off a bar stool and then you got one of those cartoony effects where all the stars are around your head? Oh, God, I fell off the stool. What happened to me? Shut the fuck up. I don't like you. Didn't I already mention that? That's right, I did. Everybody else covers sports. You're not anything special. Thanks for pissing me off and ruining the love of cheese pizza. I bet you Kevin from Home Alone would be pissed off too, and he loves enjoying cheese pizza just for him. That's right, I went that far. It ruins my Christmas spirit too. Why not? That's how bad this paint scheme is. Oh, hey, but the number color was good on the sides. I guess they did one thing right. Whatever. Get off my fucking screen. Alright, we've reached the fantasy segment of the show now, so let's recap the monthly winners, and wow, Nick, he won 3 times. Dover, picking Martin Truex Jr., Kansas, where he picked Truex again, and he won at Martinsville with the choice of Denny Hamlin. I was the only other winner on the month, breaking who knows how long of a winless streak. That's just a running gag of how bad my season's been. But I took Joey Logano that day, and, well, it got me the win, so that's great. So let's take a look at the fantasy points recap, and it is quite interesting now. Kane still leads the way, despite a winless month. Oh no, how terrible for him. with 1,294, a 28-point advantage over Nick, who is the only one really still left in the running because me and Damani are basically eliminated. Damani at 102 back, and I am in the cellar, as always, at 111 back. But we shall move on to Texas. Damani was the last place finisher in Martinsville after his terrific selection of Jimmy Johnson. So you go first, Damani. Who you taking?
I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
Well, thanks for that, Damani. I'm up next. Martin Truex Jr.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I'm only really taking him because, well, I don't want either of you two bastards to take him. I'm going to be the playoff spoiler. I'm going to be that guy. Deal with me. Kane, who you taking?
Oh, Damani's about to get his ass whipped because I am taking Denny Hamlin.
The price is wrong, bitch.
He won there in the spring, had a dominant car then. Obviously, JGR has been really strong at the mile-and-a-half tracks this season, and Texas is no exception. And he's probably the hottest driver on the circuit right next to Martin Truex Jr., so old Dennis Dummy Hamlin, well, he's not really a dummy anymore, especially after what he did to Joey. So, yeah, Denny Hamlin. Nick, who are you taking?
I'm going with Kevin Harvick. He kind of had a quiet month, but I think he's ready to get some momentum back, grab another win at Texas. He's been pretty good at that choo-choo style of repaved tracks. I think it's going to be one of his days. Going to get it done. I don't know what paint scheme he's running, either Hunt Brothers or Mobile One. Who cares?
Who gives a shit?
They all kind of suck anyway. But it's not the paint scheme segment anymore. It's fantasy, and Kevin Harvick's going to win, and you're going to cry about it. Ah!
Okay, Nick.
I'm fired up now. I don't know.
That about does it for another episode of Behind the Wall presented by Perk Jerky. Make sure you grab a bag today. So, for Damani HD, who never shows up to these tapings, but he only picks 3 fantasy drivers in fantasy every year. Oh, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, and Jimmy Johnson. Yeah, that's right, I said it. For Thermite 917, oh my god, he thinks he's hot shit because, he's so hot in fantasy right now. Well, I wish you luck, my friend. Just don't get too over your head, all right?
All right.
For Pro Bowl 43, who, of course, was at Martinsville this past weekend for both the trucks and the cup race. Hope you had fun. I'm glad you did. I mean, if the spring was as fun as it was, then obviously the fall had to have been better, right?
Actually, no. I was there alone, man. I needed you.
Damn right you needed me.
Look at that, right there. Coming together. We didn't need Nick.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
we had fun without Nick. Hope you tanking fantasy too, you bitch.
Anyways, and for myself, Kane Jr. 88, this has been Behind the Wall. You've been Behind the Wall, and thank you for listening.
It's been a month. Gotta knock that rust off. Ugh. Shut up, Nick.
I was going to say, it's just like, David Reagan getting run into and being like, Jesus doesn't like that. Like,
yeah.
That's not your personality to, like, retaliate. Like, don't even try to act tough. It's not a good look for you.
It'd be like somebody running into the side of Trevor Bane and he just holds up a Bible out the window.
And he doesn't say one swear word.
Nope, he says nothing. It's literally just him holding the Bible out the window. So yeah, that would be such a troll move. I would love that. Trevor Bane would be cooler if he did that, actually. But well, he doesn't have a ride.
And now he's owning a coffee shop somewhere in Kannapolis or Mooresville or whatever.
Dude, seriously, all he does is own a coffee shop and, like, bang his wife every 9 months because he wants to pump out as many as he can. Like, seriously, it's like when the cycle's over, he's like, okay, by Bible rules, we're only allowed to have sexual intercourse once per year. Now, listen, we're going to really try. And then he makes it count.
Give me a coffee.
You gonna give me a copy. We're gonna make this count. Then he holds a Bible outside the window.
Yeah, we freaking lost the show.
The Bible Talk with Trevor Bane.
With an appearance by David Reagan.
Oh my God, they should be a dual threat at a church, a double pastor. They'd be great teammates. I mean, they call it mid-pack church. Just because we're running mid-pack doesn't mean we don't have a smile too. Kane usually gets priority on the Hendrick cars, so you can take that one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems right.
So I'm getting Chase.
No!
Oh.
The crust looks like it sucks too. It honestly looks like something a dog would shit out. Damn it. Damn pizza.
But we'll take it on to the next race in the round of whatever. Just forget that part. Move on.
Wow, what a great ending there, Nick.
That was a terrible transition. All right, hold on. I got a better close than that.
Whoa, I was going to say. I was about ready to end it right there.
I have better clothes than that.
Do you? Where do you shop? Macy's?
Not Target.
Oh, Damani checks you out, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Literally and at the register.
Yeah. All right. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Too bad we couldn't see Ross smash one after winning Martinsville. Oh, well.
That would have been juicy. I would have ran down there and got some of those seeds. Like, Ross, give me a piece of pumpkin! You big, juicy man, you.
Whoa, ask him out to dinner first, why don't you?
Maybe I will.
And then my kneecap pops out.
Oh, God.
Just because I
saw it. Right, yeah, I forgot about that, you clumsy fuck.
It wasn't my fault.
Loser! You're off to a rocket start.
Voice lesson, damn. Fucking.
That'd be like Junior's country song. Fucking. Fuckity.
Neat.
Well, actually, no. The number is normally white, but they painted the number neon green instead. No, that just did not work at all. You could have.
We'll move on to the last bad paint scheme. Tyler, what is it? He left. He's watching football. The Steelers suck. All hope is gone.
Wow. Okay, that's the first.
All right, Tyler will not be taking this paint scheme. Instead, Damani, take it away.
Oh, wait.
Where the hell's Damani? Everyone's gone.
The fuck's going on? God damn it, Tyler.
God bless it.
God bless it.
It's funny as I heard all of that.
Where the hell did you go?
I had to go for a brief moment to discuss football, and I knew it would have gotten loud, so I had to mute myself, and then I came back when it was appropriate, so I let you finish. First off, we'll start off with the Truck Series set of cigars. Spencer!
Bag of chips.
Spencer, bag of chips! You love chips!
He does love chips, it looks like.
He probably does. He probably shared some with Natalie Decker after their little hug. Oh, Natalie, you want some of my BBQ? Excuse me?
He wants to get Lay's.
Oh my God!
That right there, that was good timing on that, Nick. That's what you get paid $2.75 an hour for. Thank you.
You're not paying me.
No, you wish. If we actually got paid for doing this, we'd be doing something right. But we're
We'd be
not.
fired.
Thank you.
Also, Damani sucks at fantasy.
Damani's the worst at fantasy.
He doesn't even watch races. And he only picks Penske or Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
I would love it if Kane went back through every one of Damani's picks. He probably has picked Joey Logano like 14 times this year.
Or Brad.
Or Brad. He's still he's stuck in like 2014 logic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Carl Edwards.
Jesus. Jeff Gordon.
What?
Get your fucking shitbox out of here, Cincinnati! Oh wow, Todd Gillen, you finally won! Holy shit! Only took a year and a half!